Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how the Kickstarter project is being ran. And today, I am very excited to be checking out the 44th most popular game on Kickstarter right now. That is Solar 175. And I will say I picked this because specifically I love legacy games, an epic Euro-style legacy game for 1 to 5 players set in a dystopian sci-fi future. So sci-fi, Euro, legacy, I'm in, big box, big expansion, whatever the heck this thing is. I don't know, it looks like you pulled it out of your sink. But I gotta say, this main image is so drab. It just kind of blends into the background. Like, look at everything else around it. Then you get to this, it's like, oh, there's a box, there's another box, and there's a sink thing. I think this should have something on the background, some more information. Kickstarter March 1st, completely unnecessary. Put something useful there. I have thus far approached legacy games with the same level of involvement and commitment as a boy with a stick that has discovered the body of a possibly dead, ferocious animal. Yeah, they're just fascinating. Rise of Queensdale, still my personal favorite, though, from Ravensburger. Highly recommend that one. Really cool. You put stickers on the dice. Great story. All right, so this one has raised $28,000, which is great. Don't get me wrong here. But this launched today. It's nearly funded, but we're sitting at 44th. That's really surprising to me. And it tells me that there wasn't a huge, maybe, knowledge of this game beforehand. I wonder how much they did on Board Game Geek before this. What's up, Huckleberry? You helped me drop a backing. Thanks. I don't know what that means, but awesome. All right, so what if as always we go into the video, looking for 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. Ooh. Fancy logo.
It's been 175 years since the unspeakable war.
Going straight theme. And I will say, with a legacy game, I can give it somewhat of a pass for going hardcore theme here. Because there's a lot of things that legacy games might not want to show you until you're actually into the game, which is a little bit counterintuitive to Kickstarter. With Kickstarter, it's like, I want to see everything. Show me absolutely every single thing. But with a legacy game, I'm interested to see how those clash together. I suspect these things in the image are not even to scale relative to each other. Yes, that's also annoying as well. I agree with Kevin. I don't think that giant sink thing is probably that size, but who knows?
As humanity emerged from the ashes and once again spread to the stars, the vast riches of the solar system should have pushed us into an age of plenty, a true utopia. But instead, the divisions of wealth have never been greater, and conflict is once again on the horizon. But the tragedies of our past will not be a prophecy of the future. You won't be seduced like all those who went before you.
So I am not a fan of this video in any way, shape, or form. It is, like, don't get me wrong, I want to play this game, knowing that it's in this world, but it's just, this feels all like generic stock footage just clipped together. Like, at first I thought it was artwork, but is this part of the artwork? Like, it just feels like a generic movie trailer, and I want to know so much more. I don't think that's typically... There's a reason we don't see this being a very typical type of board game Kickstarter video, because I just don't think that this works that well. I want to see components. I want to see gameplay. I want to see something more than just these.
This time, it will be different.
My problem is the audio and music are competing. I didn't notice that, and then subtitles, question mark, I always recommend subtitles. Even if your voice is crystal clear, I just think subtitles are just always a great idea. And once again, that goes mobile friendly as well. That's super mobile friendly because when you're on your phone and you're on Kickstarter, are you really going to be like on the bus, like listening to this? If you're one of those people, then by golly, welcome to Bauer's Game Corner. But I don't think most people are those people. The next evolution in legacy gameplay. Ooh. Oh, hey, gameplay, components. Looks like Yoda moving around a board. That's what we get. That's what you get for the gameplay, folks. 4 seconds of Baby Yoda playing Frogger. Explore vast... I just need more. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That tile just flipped. This is a 4X game? Stuff's moving. Exploit. Oh. So I feel like the fact that that's the first time I've seen that player board at minute 46 is not good. Like, that looked like a cool player board. I want to see that player board. So it's a 4X game. Cool. Oh, that was a nifty component. Metal component. I know there's going to be a premium price here. And then this just feels like generic shots from all the different cards. Like that, like tell me that, and I said this about another generic space game a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, I think it was. It's like, tell me you would not be shocked if all that art was just ripped from Race for the Galaxy, and they just kept putting it, like it all, like your theme is not that unique that I think you need to focus on it that much, especially when you have like some really cool looking components here. Oh, wow. Now that booklet I think should have been showcased earlier. And then here's the quality components. Here's the thing. That looked like a Lego almost. Like Lego-esque. Interesting. Scroll out. Components. Interesting. I don't feel like that video quite hit the mark for me. It looks fragile. I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I'm interested to see more. I will say that. So the board game design team taking on the world of board games, one victory point at a time. Whether it's designing, playtesting, or drinking meeple-flavored gin, if it's anything to do with tabletop games, we're in. So we do have 2 collaborators, so we have some good customer service here. 3 created, 49 back. Let's check that out. The philosophy. Oh, so they have other games. Dare to be Wise, Floating World, and then this is a different game. Let's make sure people got their stuff. Everybody's happy here. It's now live on Kickstarter, and there's a special reward just for you. So they're trying to get the people to jump back in. The engagement's a little weak there. That's okay. Expansions and new ways to play. Shipping complete and a big announcement. Okay, let's check this out. So shipping is complete. Everybody's got their stuff. Awesome. Hey guys, we just opened our copy today. I'm in love with the quality of the components. Fantastic due to COVID. So yeah, 4 months ago, people got their stuff. Make sure everybody got these. I'm assuming they probably did. Loading. We'll come back. What a joke. Give us some real updates instead of all this sentimental BS. Ooh, no, that's not good. Expansion excitement. Greetings. I've been, what is this? Thanks so much. There's still time to give us ideas for the expansion. What is this? What's going on? It's now live on Kickstarter. Expansion update. Looks like one person's upset, but the thing is out, right? Final shipping update and exciting news. So the game is out. All right. So can you do it? Yes. You've made 2 previous games. I feel comfortable with that. Now this is one of those times where, and I've been doing this lately because I'm putting a grade on this, so I want to feel comfortable here. Let's take a look at the pedigree here. And hopefully you'll also mention that. So hopefully you'll mention it before I have to go check. But whatever. A Brave New World awaits. I want to know if those other 2 games are good games. If people like those games. Because, I feel like if they were fantastic games and you were building a brand loyalty by making amazing games, this might be higher than 44th on the popularity chart on day 1. You know what I mean? So that concerns me a little bit. So then we have the components here for the game. That looks like a much smaller box. That box is an odd size. That's not the box I'm expecting. Is that box inside a box? Okay. Hopefully you'll tell me everything here. So after the video, do I want it? I'm interested. you know, I came into this like, oh my gosh, Legacy, Space, 4X, I'm excited, like hands in the air, like super stoked, and now I'm like, yeah, I need to know more. So I feel like that video fumbles the ball a little bit. It just didn't get me personally excited about it. Let me know what you think, and I think I'm the target market here. Because Legacy, I'm on. I'm immediately on board with that. Do I want it? Maybe. Can you do it? Yes. I'd like to know more about your pedigree. How much is it? Hopefully we don't beat around the bush. We get straight down to the price. So here's a shot of stuff, and I'm not sure, because that's not the main box. That looks like a really small box. And now we're going with the theme. And this game has incredible attention to details and is simply delightful. Incredible attention to detail and simply delightful. Very superfluous. Like, I can't wait to experience more of this game. So he's excited to play it again. So I imagine they showed, like, the first campaign or something. And then the rest is in plan. Okay. If you're a fan of Legacy games or Orleans, now, damn it, Ryan, there we go. Ryan gets the cookie. Ryan gets the A+. This is the best quote. I think this should be over the top. If you're a fan of Legacy games or Orleans, just say, hey, Orleans. Orleans is in my top 10 games of all time, and now my excitement level is back through the roof. On me. Oh, we're back. Okay, so sorry, disconnection issue there. But yes, this quote by Ryan, I think, just is fantastic, mentioning Orleans. It implements that bag building worker placement mechanic in a really unique way. And I love the bag building aspect of that, where you get the knights and so you can grab more out of the bag. This quote is worth 1,000 of both these quotes. And I know Becca Scott's a big name, which is why they spotlighted that. But that's what I want to see more of. Every session we have played has been a blast, and I keep finding myself saying, wow, this is incredible. I'd like to know why, but cool, is shaping up to be something special. Meh, I need this game now. Double meh. Contents, game components. So the giant game box, once again, most of the people who are here are going to be from the United States of America. I have to beat this drum over and over and over again. And it's 15, so it's not a terribly large number, but that's just how it works. So tell me inches. Triple layer Legacy rule booklet, 5 double layer indented player boards for the retail edition. So I like this. So now I'm coming around. I like this area because they did 2 things here. First, they spotlighted the fact that if I get the deluxe version, I'm going to be able to play up to 5 players, and there's also a retail edition. So I now know that there's going to be different tiered levels of this. They told me that. That's nice. 4 drawstring, 5 drawstring, and once again, you can get the 4-player one world building magazine. So they've already put me in my mind that I don't want the retail edition, I want the fancy edition. Like that. World building magazine. I'd love to know round about the number of pages. I'd love to know what's in here. Just show me a page. Spacecraft miniatures. Zoom in, I think. The Vanguard, cool. 90 millimeters. So what is 90 millimeters? Am I impressed? I don't know, because I am a stupid American. So, yes, 3.5 inches. Wow, that's like a toilet paper roll there. That actually is about the length of the sink thing. Wow, that's cool. Completely unnecessary. 100% unnecessary. But cool. But once again, everything's unnecessary now in board games once you start getting over $100. Like, it's just like, but that's great. 5 city leave cards, 60 location cards, 7 trade cards, 4 political faction cards, 5 reference cards, 5 hiring cards. That wasn't many cards there. Oh, these are squared cards, though. Okay. These cards. Mini cards. Lots of mini cards. No, not lots of mini cards. 22, 27, 34, 37, 49 mini cards. Okay. So I'm immediately very unimpressed. And skeptical a little bit, honestly. Because let's take, just for instance, how many mini cards are in Twilight Imperium? You know, how many mini cards are in Arkham Horror? How many mini cards are in other games that have this, that want to go for this epic feel? So I go through the components and I haven't got the epic feeling yet. Hopefully there's still some more tricks up the sleeve. Awesome components, great. The hinged ballot box, that's cool. Dry erase marker, oh, that's exciting. So yes, this is getting me more excited for all the different stuff. Additional PDF, narrative art book, whatever. Unlockable content. 100 plus additional components. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's clarify here. These are extra things you're going to get in the game, not extra things you're going to get if they hit stretch goals. So I think maybe they need to emphasize the meaning here, because when I hear the word unlockable content, I'm like, oh, get bent. 100 things we have to unlock with stretch goals, so if we don't get those, this game is going to suck. And that's honestly the first thought that came into my head when I heard unlockable content. And that's not on them, that's just more on a Kickstarter thing, but I would specify that a little bit more. Hate to say it, but this campaign has already checked me out. It needs to hit me with something hard soon. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. This is awesome, though. 4 component boxes, 20 envelopes, 100 plus additional components. So here's one thing that I'd mention. Maybe you just take this space down here, you do 100 additional components, and then you just spotlight a smattering of all the different components. Now, I know you don't want to spoil things, so maybe you tilt things on different things, or maybe you think things blacked out, but just to emphasize, are these stickers? Are these cards? Are these dice? What are in here? Are these minis? Because I'm sure there's probably going to be some sort of minis in here. I would spotlight some sort of way of letting me know that this is just the tip of the iceberg, because here you're going to get so much more. I think that could be conveyed with a picture. All right, Kickstarter Deluxe Edition. Soho Development 5th Player Expansion. Cool. We get the Seal of the UFS Victory Pen. Metal election tokens. Those were nice, but these are completely unnecessary, but they're cool. All Solar 175 stretch goals. And then we have the All-In Deluxe Pledge, which comes with the Gonza Index Dice Game. See Gonza Index section below for full context. So I'm assuming that's a separate game that's played in the game. It feels kind of tacked on, feels a little bit clunky, but I'm still here. I'm on board. All Gonza Index stretch goals. It feels like, hey, we want to also publish this dice game. Stretch goals. Linen finish to all playing cards. And by the way, I'm not saying this in a negative way. I actually think that's a really smart idea. Like, I think that's a great idea. I mean, why make one game when you can make 2? If you can squeeze it in there, do it. 12, so this is the stretch goals, linen finish, zoom in, I'd like to see that. 12 metal credit trackers, cool. Keep hitting stretch goals, reveal more. Note stretch goals are only available in the Solar 175 Deluxe Edition and the All-In Deluxe Pledge. Okay. We got an unboxing. Oh, wow. That's what I want to see. I wish that this was conveyed a little bit more instead of all the theme you threw me there. Like, this gets me more excited. Unlock these big boxes. Look at all this. Tons of components. The size of this. This is a really nice looking prototype there. So I think maybe interweaving some of that would have been good. You know, just get my attention really early on. Because I'm, 18 minutes into this? How many people aren't going to give you those 18 minutes before they just say, all right, I'll go check out that other generic looking space game. While the production value of this game is insane. But then again, I do feel like this game has slight bulletproof armor because it's a legacy game. And there's so few legacy games. Which makes me want to check them out on Board Game Geek and see, like, how exciting is this page? Have they been drumming up excitement? Doesn't look like that much, but I feel like, do they have it in the legacy game category? Oh, no! Do they not have it in the legacy game category? That has to be a category, right? Okay. Interesting. Anywho. We're getting too deep in the weeds. This is an impressive package, stuff, things, artwork, gameplay. What am I looking for now? I'm looking for the prices. Yeah, you have not told me the prices. I don't know the shipping. How to play video would be spectacular as well. Do those hoops just sit on the cards, or is there any pegs that go on? It looks like they just sit there. Yeah, I think that, and you could bump stuff. That I do see that being a little bit annoying. There's a bit of info buried in the text that I think they should have highlighted. Solar 175 is an endlessly replayable legacy experience. Okay, so I wonder how that's going to wrap up. I wonder if they're going to do that like the Charterstone way, where once you're done with the game, you just have your own board, and you can still play that board and play the game. Or if they're going to be reset packs. Once again, this is the kind of information I'd like to know, but whatevs. I'm still here for the ride. You've already got me. Legacy space game. I'm intrigued. I'd like to know the price already. There are more possibilities with this game than there are stars in the sky. Oh my gosh. Could we get any more superfluous with these? It's a Euro-style game and will particularly suit players who enjoy deep strategy in their board games. The gameplay is inspired by classic users. So here we go. Orleans, El Grande. Now we're talking. Features a unique approach to the legacy format. Why did we put in that there? And an innovative election mechanic. The scoring of the games of Solar 175 will vary dramatically depending on the actions of the players in each game, making each session feel fresh and novel. This is the kind of thing I would have loved to see in that video. A unique approach to legacy games. Solar 175 has a focus on permanent changes which improve and enhance your copy of the game over time rather than on the slow destruction of components. This means that Solar 175 is an endlessly replayable legacy experience where your last game will always be your best. So pretty much they're going to unlock more mechanisms as they progress through the game. It'll get more complex, which I like that. Alright, the campaign mode doesn't involve destroying anything. It just requires building and adding new elements to the game as though you go through the campaign, which is really awesome. So now this is sounding more like a campaign-style game. Like, let me know if you're getting that vibe as well. Explore the solar system, expand your influence, build biodomes, mine resources, Fun mega structures, manipulate the governments. I love the way the voting system works. The voting phase is really fun. Those are two quotes saying the exact same thing right next to each other. Cool. Now I know it's great. I'd like to know why it's great. I'd like to know what it reminds you of. I'd like to know what was so fun about it, or what was unique about it, or what was your favorite aspect of it. Not just, it was fun. Oh, what did I say? It works. I love the way it works. And once again, I don't put that on them. I put that on the company for not digging deeper into that video to get quotes that are actually going to move the needle for people, like the Orleans one. That's one of the top-rated games on all of Board Game Geek. I think it's in the top 100. You damn sure say it's like Orleans if it's like Orleans. Like, if somebody tells me they're like Zolkin or like Orleans, I'm like, all right, I'm in. Done. All right, rules are currently in prototype form. We have feedback. We'd love to hear it. Awesome. Do like to see that. How to play video. Excellent. Setup and how to play. 29 minutes, and I don't even have an issue with that. With a heavy legacy game like this, I sit down with my 4 friends, game night. We watch this 30-minute video. That's awesome. This is what I want to see. Honestly, I'd like to see this way higher, too. I think this is something that moves the needle for so many people. You got it all chaptered out and good looking. Hungry Gamers does say it is a voting system. And that is nice, but I feel like they've already mentioned, but these, I don't know. I feel like they could have told me more. Like, I want to know more about the voting system than just, it works great. The mechanics are very intuitively designed and as easily interlinked with each other, which gives me that Orleans vibe, because that's one of the things I love about Orleans. It's just so clever, elegant even. No, thank you. There's the stuff. Solo mode. Holy moly, we actually got solo. I forgot that, but cool. Solo 178 can be played solo against one or multiple AI opponents. I like AI opponents. Solo mode. And also, can I play that with 2 players? Because I love when you can have an AI opponent and you can just mix it in with the different player counts. I always was a big fan of that. That's one of the things that I loved about Perfect Dark you used to be able to do for the Nintendo 64. They need quotes that have details. Agreed. Check out how to play video. So this is the solo mode. This is a full how to play on the solo mode. Great. Great. Love it. Reviews. That's a preview.
Welcome
That's a
to
preview.
Solo
Whoa,
175.
who's talking? Chill out. I love your video. Not now, though. 90-second nerd. So this is previews. Previews don't care. None of these are reviews. These are all previews. That's a preview. There's a preview. And once again, with a game like this, it's kind of going to have to be a preview because they only showed you a certain chunk of it. So I will give them a little bit more leeway on only having previews because I've done projects like that. Whereas when it's a completely contained game, you know, if somebody sends me a final prototype copy, they said, this is the stuff that's going to be in the game, you know, minus some minor tic-tacs here and there, and I like the game, I'll shoot a full review on it. I've done that before. But with this one, I can give it a pass on the previews. But still, like, I don't feel like, I don't know. This game integrates bag building and worker placement. Just hit me the price already. Playthrough, excellent. Solo play, excellent. Stuff, more stuff. Game components. Oh, this is the expansion, right? No, this is the Gonza Index. This is the dice game that interweaves with your game, but it's its own separate game. And those are cool event tokens. Neat, great stuff. The first thing I tell you about Solar 175, that it's big. Really big. Wow, that's a crappy quote. Like, that's such a... Why would you put that there? There's no... I get it. I know. I'm halfway through your... I'm only halfway through. Oh, my gosh. So now we're looking at minis. Great. World building. Definitely a huge, expansive campaign with lots of things to experience. It's rare to find this amount of theme in a strategic board game. Soldiers 175 is a world to discover and evolve as you play. The rich story of the universe is surpassed only by the quality of gameplay. Now, that gets me more excited. Warning, mild spoilers. I like the fact that I can be spoilers. Oh, look at this. This is cool. And I just feel like this is all good stuff, but we gotta get to it so much earlier than this. How many people are not going to give this 25 minutes? It's an absolutely beautiful little game, and this is legit. This is a fully produced magazine that's going to have a ton of information about the world that you're playing in. You're going to be able to read this and really immerse in the world of the game. Cool stuff. Read now. That's great. Design is a wonderfully complex legacy game with shifting objectives and immersive storytelling. Solar 175 designer diary. This is all good stuff to have. This is all good stuff to have, but just not before the price. And so you're not actually going to tell you. I do have to go over here to get the price, and I will look out for my... because somebody also told me, I always look out for the the people on the mobiles. Because mobiles, it's an extra click. You don't want to make that extra click, so that annoys the crap out of me. And a huge portion of people that are browsing Kickstarter on mobile are on mobile. So it's a legit complaint that you should have it in your story that you have the price. But the other person, somebody else said, hey, if you're using it on iPad, if you use the iOS Kickstarter version, it's totally jacked up as well. So it's just, that's a huge portion of the people that are going to be browsing your Kickstarter page that you should take care of by putting your important price information into your story. So shipping rates, $11. So here's the other thing too. I know there's more than one pledge level, and you're only giving me the shipping rates for one of them. And that's super annoying. And I'm assuming this is my pledge level, aka the most popular pledge level, which is going to be the one that has the expansion, probably, the dice game, which interweaves with the game, I think. I don't know. I got bored. USA, $11. I do like the fact they converted the currency to everybody. That's super nice. Well, not everybody, but most people. Where's the VAT? Chip will be charged. All prices in US dollar. The EU regions include Australia, Bulgaria. Where's the VAT? All prices are estimated. VAT, where applicable, will be charged to the pledge manager and for the campaign. Play for free. What? What is this? Can I click on it? It's lots of fun. We have created a digital mod so you can play it on Tabletop Simulator. Awesome. This is one thing that I think should have been, you know, if you're looking for things to splice up that main image, because that main image, once again, super generic. Like, you can zoom right past it. Looks just like, that might be something to do. Try it on Tabletop Simulator. I don't know if that moves the needle for a lot of people. Let me know what you think. I need to make a poll about that. Available on Steam? Oh, if you get Tabletop. Okay, timeline. March stuff, shipped April, way to back, so it's like an Origins release next year, potentially. Get it first, get the best price, don't miss out, be part of it, join the community. You still haven't shown me the price, stuff, things. God, I'm just so done. And then we have a random shot. Oh, this is the prototype. Cool. More pictures. I mean, if you're going to have this sort of information, I don't have a problem having it on the Kickstarter page. Just have it below all the crucial stuff. And they did that. That's a nice looking shot. All right. And we are just about there. Okay, that's a very long Kickstarter page. Oh, wow. Munchkin Batman. What? Oh, I got to check that out. Okay. Let's get the FAQ, the updates, comments. Get out of here. Oh, no, I still don't know the price. I gotta look at the price. Oh, my gosh. That's what happens when you don't put it. I stopped caring. So the retail edition, $90. But it's a full legacy game, so I feel like $90 is reasonable, you know? How many games is it, by the way? Have you told me? Have you told me how many games I'm going to need to get through to get here? Because I feel like that's an important FAQ question there. This would be a great game back in 2015. I kind of really agree with Huckleberry there. And I don't want to say that about the game, but just the presentation here. Everything's here. It's just so piecemeal throughout the page that I don't think that most people are going to get to all the good stuff on your Kickstarter page. Especially when your image is so generic. All right, so where were we? I got distracted. Oh, so 7 people want the retail edition, and then 75 backers want the deluxe edition, and then the all-in deluxe pledge, where you get the dice game that feels kind of slapped on. 184 people want that. So that's good. And that's exactly how Kickstarter is normally supposed to work. Your biggest pledge level, your most popular pledge level should be your biggest pledge level where everybody gets everything. And the retail pledge, okay, so good. Not C+, not C-. So Huckleberry is giving it a C. I'm not quite there yet. Maybe the FAQ and the comments will blow my pants off. Can $1 pledge upgrade? Will Solar be translated into different languages? Can I pledge to get more than one copy? Yes. What are the options for retailers? How to buy? So, no, okay, whatever. No updates yet. Just launched. And then the comments. Let's check out the comments section. And yeah, get into the grade. C. I think that's what Huckleberry said. I put it all in my head. So do I want it? It's a legacy space game. Yeah, I want it. But I don't know how many games I'm going to play of it. I don't... As much as I love the art and some of the illustrations of the player boards, I find the design on the solar system board doesn't fit with the rest. It did. The middle part seemed a little blah. Probably the realistic aspect that looks totally different. But that's a nitpick, whatever. Quick question about permanent changes. Hi, thanks for the question. So they already here, they're responding to stuff. I've been eagerly waiting the launch of this ever since it was teased during the Floating World campaign. This is a great campaign and a great game, and all the campaign looks like, so yes. And honestly, I'm going to look at this. This is my final grade, because I am going to give this a final grade. We're going to take a look at the designers, and then I also would like to take a look at their previous games and see if these are world beaters. So 7,904, 8,929. That concerns me a little bit. Those are not good numbers. I mean, not to say that that is a bad game, just to say that the people that played the game thought that it wasn't the greatest, and they were. So this is their third design. They did get better. They did get better, going from 8,900 to 7,900. So that also concerns me a lot as well. And that's probably why they didn't mention their pedigree too much. And here's the bottom line. They kickstarted both those games. And people backed those games. And people received those games. And people played those games. And this is still sitting at 44th on the popularity chart, which means the people that played those games were not willing to take this gamble on day one, for $130-$140 after shipping. And that really does concern me. So final grade on this one. Do I want it? I should have. I should have absolutely wanted this so much. And I'm like, I'm kind of talking. Like, if I were actually a Kickstarter backer, if I were going to back this, I'm kind of talking myself out of it the more I think about it. So do I want it? I don't feel like they nailed that. Can you do it? Making a game? Yes. Great game? Not that I could see. And so that makes me skeptical. How much is it? It's a premium price, $90, but it's a legacy game. So you kind of expect that. And then for everything, I'm looking at $150. That's a high price. It's not a great price either, I don't think, because this is the game, and then this is the dice box, right? This is its own separate dice game, so I don't think it's a great price. So in the end, I'm going D+ here. I really think that they had something that a lot of people were going to just inherently want. Epic, 1 to 5 player, 4X game that's like Orleans. Like, I say all those words together, and you say, oh my gosh, that's a banger of a Kickstarter right there. And after going through the actual Kickstarter, I was like, I didn't feel like the presentation was great. And, I'm going to go C-. I'm going to go C- on this one. Because I think everything is in this campaign. But I just think that it's so scattered about. They really just need to spotlight all their amazing things, get it out of the way, throw it at you, that, hey, we've made 2 other games. This is Legacy. It's got all this stuff, $150, amazing components. Let's hit some stretch goals. You're going to get this. Feel comfortable. We've done 2 other games. Give us your money. And I don't think they did that. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Solar 175. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.